I am faced with the challenging task of talking about a fourth season of a show with no spoilers and restraint from talking about large plot details. I always strive to tell people how a show is on its face value because I live in a world where people don't like spoilers. Naturally, I shouldn't be so self-conscious over such aspects because some people would watch a show regardless. But when it comes to Luther, there are some serious turns that this show makes that really make you question, why? Why did it go in that direction? What are you trying to do? Luther picks up sometime later after the events of Season 3, where Luther is out of the Force, by choice. Being on temporary leave after losing so much, it's hard to imagine Luther doing anything else. But as all stories go, we get the call to action of someone bringing in Luther with a big piece of disturbing news. He springs to action over this personal matter, while a cannibalistic killer is thwarting the every move of the police. If that's one thing that this show does so well, in my personal opinion, it keeps itself in check with the most disturbing of murders and compelling villains, usually on the quiet side and no ulterior motive than to kill. But here's where it gets tricky for me. Right here is as vague as I can get without spoiling anything. So I stop here by telling you that Luther Season 4 is great to have back, but odd in the direction it took. It kind of feels empty for me. It's shocking and daring for the approach it took. I look forward to a Season 5, but the season relies on a lot of things from these particular pasts from the characters that we were never a part of, which are jarring and hard to understand and comprehend at points, which I don't particularly like. It's not completely bad, just a little impersonal. So for that, I can give this season an A-. So this is where I'm going to be going into spoiler territory. For those who wanted to know if the season was good or not, by all means take it for what it is. But this is something I need to dive into, so if you want to leave here, that's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and until next time. The choices these writers decided to go into was a bold choice by killing Alice Morgan off screen. They dive into the ideas and theories of her role in the past year or so as exposition, and not much of her is really explored, only to the ideas and theories of Luther's fellow comrades and Luther himself. It was a bit lackluster to know Alice won't be a part of the universe of Luther anymore. And I'm still curious as to why they went in that direction. The cannibalistic serial killer was compelling and amazing to watch, don't get me wrong, and he gave a police a run for their resources, especially the lead detective getting killed in the turn of events, thus bringing Luther into the more forefront of things, juggling two things at once. Haunted by his past and haunted by his future is the best way to put it. In the end, you are engaged and thrilled, but by the end, you feel like something's missing once it's all over. Which is where the heavy exposition comes in, talking about Luther and Alice's pasts that we were not a part of for some time. It all just feels a little empty. Luther is running out of characters to like and see grow because they keep killing them on and off screen. As the situations grow intense, so do the body counts, and I'm curious to see where they'll go next in the next season. I just hope something gives way to see a story pan out in a proper fashion, to see a proper ending and a send-off to the character. Because if they continue, I don't see Luther lasting much longer, even with their staggering short seasons. In the end, in all honesty, I'm not completely disappointed with Luther Season 4. I just wish there was more in this season and less aspects that weren't a part of to understand the story. In the end, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.